Good afternoon and welcome to Real Chicks Rock Presents Real Discussions. I'm your host for today, Michelle Dusbert, and I am super excited. Look at Ramon looking at me like his. Why are you looking at me? Because I almost didn't know my name. Is that what?
First thing we learn.
We're going to clown, as you can tell, for this hour. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. It's going to be a good conversation. I've had this gentleman here before, and so we're just going to pick it up where we left off. But before we get into that, I want to thank all of the new listeners, the followers, subscribers. Thank you for the likes and the shares and the comments. We just ask that you can continue to do so. For everybody that's new listening to us for the first time, let me tell you a little bit about what Real Chicks Rock is all about. It's all about creatively collaborating and connecting to raise awareness regarding issues that impact women. And we do it by way of community service and activism, public speaking, mentoring, and our apparel line, our t-shirt line. We're going to talk a little bit about that later in the show as well. And the media, the arts, the media. We really like this segment of the brand because we get an opportunity to talk to dope people like the gentleman here to my left today, and we talk about issues that impact us on the show. Today is going to be a little lighter, right? Because I like people that play with music and do things with music, because I am a househead, and this is going to be fun today because we are going to be celebrating House in the Park 15 years and counting.
Yes, the baby is 15 years old.
The baby is 15 years old, older than my son. The baby is getting older.
Yes.
So we have today, my guest today is Ramon Rawsoul. Welcome, Ramon.
Thank you for having me. I
appreciate you, sis. Thank you for coming. I know right now is a super critical time because it is the start of August. We're like August 3rd or 4th, right? It's like really early into the month of August. And so we are literally a month away from what is going to be a very busy day for you.
Absolutely.
Right?
We're actually 28 days away.
28 days. Nobody's counting, no.
Nobody's counting.
Nobody's counting, but it's 28 days away, and we're going to celebrate 15 years. I want to help the new people that may not have had an opportunity to hear our conversation before. And thanks to the people that did, because we still get comments and feedback on that conversation. They thought it was very insightful and informative. So thank you for that, Ramon. But I want to kind of set up the stage a little bit. Born and raised in Chicago, right?
Correct.
All right. And then moved here to Atlanta during your college years, right? You went to
Correct.
Georgia
State.
So you're a Georgia State head. And so while you were here, you were seeing the movement. There were parties, there were things were going on. And you were asking people to kind of like, yo, let me get down, let me play. And they were like, yo, if you want to play, you got to kind of create your own thing, right?
That's pretty much, man. You got to sum it up quite well.
And so before House in the Park came, we started the monthly called The Gathering.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And The Gathering is still going because we had the party last night.
Yes, that's why I'm dragging.
That's why he's a little tired. So last night we did gather, which we typically gather once a month, and so that's the longest soulful house party that's been going on, correct?
It's the oldest party in Atlanta. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Both of my babies are 15. I got 15-year-old twins.
You got twins, bro. You got twins because they're both 15. Yes. So last night was good. Your partner in that is none other than Kai, I'll say, with The Gathering.
So yeah, Kai is my resident, and so he does a party, I do a party, and so he's been my resident. And because he's traveling so much now in Europe, so he's kind of like not there every month, so I pretty much hold it down. And when he can play, he can play. And if not, then I invite guests.
Yeah. So it's good. So that party typically, especially this time of year, segues us as we're down to 28 days and counting for.
Man, just saying that makes me a little nervous.
Makes you a little nervous.
I'm itching over here.
Yeah, don't be itching because 15 years ago, you had no idea that it would evolve to this, right? That's a fair statement.
That is a very fair statement. This was not intentional.
Yeah.
It's intentional now, but it wasn't intentional 15 years ago.
Okay, what was the intent 15? Just to have some fun in the park?
That's it. Just to throw a party in the park and see people in the daytime.
That's it.
Yes.
And you copied, but you're being from Chicago, Chosen Few Picnic was an inspiration for what you were trying to do here?
Oh, absolutely. Those are my big brothers. They didn't call it Chosen Few back then. It was called the Old School House Head Picnic, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's definitely the inspiration. And you know, we are there now.
Yeah.
We are there.
Yeah.
So actually, we just collaborated with them on their official after party
I
in
saw
Chicago.
that.
Yeah, so Kim and I went up there and played the after party.
I saw that. How was that?
I was bananas.
Man.
It was bananas. Kemet, myself, and Terry Hunter.
Yeah, that was a heavy card.
That's a powerful line up
heavy.
there.
That was heavy. I was like, I need to get a flight and come up. I was like, yeah, that's heavy.
And so most people don't know that that was a co-sponsored thing. Like it was Chosen Few and House in the Park presents this after party.
Nice.
So that's major. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Ramon.
So the two biggest events in the country coming together to form a team is awesome.
That's
so
hot.
we can look forward to more of that.
Congratulations on
thank
that.
you. Thank
That's
you.
huge.
It is.
I'm coming up next year because next year is 30 years.
Oh yeah, they got big plans too.
I'm coming. I need to be getting myself together from now so I
You
can
do.
get up there.
You do.
Yeah, because I haven't been since year 24 and 25, so I haven't
Okay.
been up there in a couple years, but I need to come for 30, so that's going to be hot.
Yes.
Congratulations.
They made some good changes too. I
Yeah.
like what they're doing. I like what they're doing.
Yeah. So the energy was high. Everything was great at that party that night.
Oh my goodness, the energy was crazy. We had some obstacles to overcome, and the customers would have never known. And everyone, Terry and Kim and myself, we all just put the obstacles on them turntables. Gave them a little beat down.
But you know what? In all fairness, in throwing a festival, and I want to make sure that we're clear on this. This is not just a bunch of people getting together in the park because we don't have nothing to do.
Correct.
You are a festival. You are deemed as a festival.
That is correct.
Here in Atlanta.
That is
You
correct.
also have a day, right? House in the Park Day, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a proclamation. The Sunday before Labor Day is always House in the Park Day.
Isn't that awesome?
It is awesome.
So you dealing with obstacles anywhere is probably not something you can't handle, because in putting on a festival for 15 years, you've had your ups and your downs. There's some times where you wasn't sure this was going to even happen, because the last time we spoke, you said you were going to stop at year 13.
Yo, shout out to Kai Alsay. So
The Prime Minister. Hey, Prime Minister.
I know, man. Right? That is the perfect
That's the Prime
ambassador. Right?
That's the Prime Minister.
So, Kai is my sounding board. He's my minority partner
Yes.
in House in the Park.
Yes.
And every year, probably from year 7, I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Really?
I quit. I quit.
Why?
And it's a lot.
It's a lot of
It's
work.
a lot, and I don't. Sometimes we have felt collectively that the people have begun to take it for granted and have not appreciated the efforts that we've put in. And it just got a little frustrating, got a little hard, especially when you were looking at, when we were, at the time we were taking donations, when you're looking at the number of people that you know were out there or that you speculated was out there.
Right.
And then you compare that with the donations, and you kind of like, this ain't winning out.
It is. Yeah.
So so Kai is the one who he lets me vent. It's normally about 8 o'clock every Sunday. After House in the Park, I'm not doing this anymore, Kai. I quit. And he's like, just calm down.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it tomorrow when you got some rest.
Yeah.
Because by that time, I'll be going on 36 hours.
With no rest.
With no rest. So
Yeah. Non-stop.
Yeah.
So, and any little thing can agitate you. Yeah, at that point.
It's funny because people are like, I met you at House in the Park. And I just kind of look at them like, yeah. Because that entire day is just a blur to me. Like, I can't remember what happened last year. I remember what happened, but I can't remember what happened.
Okay.
I'm sure you and I spoke.
Yeah.
But I don't remember that we spoke.
Last year, we're going to talk about last year, because last year was critical, because it was the first time that you charged for people to come into the park. It was a couple of different things. Let me set the scene and the stage for new people that are listening. We typically partied in these 2 pavilions, right, at Grand Park, and there's this huge undertaking of construction that, by the way, is still going on.
It's still going on.
Still happening.
Yes.
But we have typically partied in these 2 covered pavilions, and so last year was the first year that you did a very good job in keeping it a secret really, because nobody really knew where we were going to be. You just, even on the show, you was like, it's a surprise, and I feel that people will like where we're going to be, and da-da-da-da-da. So there was a lot of anticipation as to the layout, the mechanics, the logistics, the sound, the parking, the vendors, even where people were going to dance. And it all came together because it was really, really nice.
Thank you.
It was really nice.
I appreciate that. Michelle,
Yeah.
I can tell you that last year almost didn't happen.
Yeah, again with the almost didn't happen?
We didn't talk about that last year. Oh, no. Last year almost didn't happen. We knew about the construction.
Yes.
On the, I guess that'll be the east side of the park. Well, no, that'll be the south side of the park.
Right.
We knew about the construction.
Right.
And we went to go look at another park. The city came with us immediately after House in the Park in 16 and said, hey, well, excuse me, in 17 and said,
Yes.
hey, you're not going to be over here. And so we went and looked at other parks, and we found what we thought was a perfect park. It was in a great neighborhood. It was a neighborhood, but it was a neighborhood that was underutilized.
Okay.
And could use the traffic and the money.
Okay.
And into the permitting process, and so we have to submit the permit within a certain amount of days before the event. So we're past the deadline, and the neighborhood just pretty much outright said we don't want it.
Really?
And it was a scene off of a TV show.
No.
I went to a meeting at the park that was supposed to be a meeting with the city of Atlanta, fire, police, EMS, just an informational
Yes.
meeting. And I walk up, and it's about 30 elderly African American people in the chairs with their little fold out chairs. And
Canes in the air.
yes, thank you.
Canes in the air. We don't want you.
Oh my, they
We don't
tore
want
me
this.
a new one.
No.
And so I left there discouraged. And I was like, uh-oh, because this was well into June. And I'm
Wow.
like, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I immediately called the city, and I'm on, literally, this meeting was like at noon. I'm in the car looking for new parks. Like, we
Right.
can't go here.
Oh my.
And so the city suggested the other side of Grant Park, and which they had never done.
Nice.
No one had ever used that side of the park.
Nice.
But they allowed another event to use that side of the park, so they subsequently had to allow us.
Okay.
And so I went and checked it out, and I said no. And it just didn't work. And I called Kai.
You called the prime minister?
Come on, I called the ambassador. And I was like,
the prime
I don't like it, Kai. He's like, yeah, we can do it like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And so after I called Kai, I called my marketing director, who was also my consultant, who's also my she's the most brilliant person I know.
Got you.
And she kind of laid it out. And she's like, yeah, you actually can do this. And then when she started laying it out and they kind of planted the seed, I went back to that park every day for a week and just sat out there and looked at it to try to visualize it.
Yeah.
And then I jumped on it.
Yeah.
We started acting.
Yeah.
So that's how last year almost didn't happen.
Yeah. No, you didn't tell us that.
No,
No.
because you
Yeah.
speak of, as a promoter, as a festival event organizer, what the city calls us, and just as a person who has their own business, there should be things that happen in the background that they don't know about.
Understood.
And that's the level of professionalism that shows you how good you are. What you do is when you
Yeah.
can play it off.
Man, that
And
joke was
they
played
don't
off.
know.
Yeah, man, you played that thing off because I was like, yo, when I got there, I was like, yo, this
Yeah,
is
that
heavy.
was weeks of going out to that park and trying to lay it out. And it's amazing that when people respect you and they respect your brand,
Yes.
they give you things.
Yes.
And so I linked up with a consultant last year who is a consultant for some major, probably the biggest events in Atlanta.
Okay.
And this gentleman was able to give me gems and diamonds.
Come on, sir.
For the free.
Yeah.
For the free 99.
Yeah.
And so, he helped me realize the vision.
Yeah.
And so, so that's what happened last year.
What happens, Ramon, is when people see that you're committed to your own ish, right?
Yes.
And the passion about it, people come in and start to just want to give you deposits, whether it's their time and labor, information, connections with the
Yes.
right people because they want to see you flourish.
Yes.
Because you're passionate about what you're doing. So that's what that's about. And you've come too far for us to be like, what? We're not, huh? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we're not doing this. So you're playing on a different level, now, basically.
Definitely.
Because of the attention it's gotten, the day that it's received, the numbers, just the organization. And I want to talk about last year again. We're not going to leave it alone that
Sure.
quick.
No, you good.
Because when I came up to the gate, the mere fact that somebody was there to take my ticket,
Yes.
scanning stuff in, I was like, this is a whole nother level. We're at a whole nother level. And then because it was new, there was a young lady that had 2 small children, right?
Okay.
That had no idea. She was like, I didn't know you have to pay. She just was all, and because I had bought early tickets,
Oh.
I was like, look up my name here. Look, I got a couple of tickets I want to bless. And people were doing that at
Yes.
the gate.
Yes, I
For
heard.
people that didn't have or weren't aware, and especially when they had children, it was like, oh, no. So it was basically, I believe nobody got turned away because people had tickets. People had excess tickets at the gate.
Oh, they got turned away.
No, well, not the ones that I.
At your time.
Yeah, my time.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about that because you did have a cap off. You talked about a cap.
Yes,
So you
yes.
did talk about a cap. So then when you come in, the energy's good. It was very treesy. So it was a
Yes.
lot of trees.
Yes.
It didn't feel hot. People were everywhere. People was saying hi and everything. And it was just an anticipation of, well, where is the DJs? Like, where is the setup? So you just kind of keep walking, and then all of a sudden you walk and you go and you see, like that.
And you hear it and you feel it
was like,
all up in your chest.
I was like, yo, this is so dope. And so it was early, but the people were starting to dance, and we look good in the sun.
We do. Thank you for saying that.
We look
Thank
really
you for saying
good,
that.
man.
We yes.
We look good out there.
Absolutely.
We was getting our life.
Yeah.
The entire day.
Yes.
It was really, really good.
Yes. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
I appreciate
congratulations, man.
it. You spoke about the line. That was a major concern for us.
Yes.
is, can we process this many people?
Yeah, I got it like that.
And so we as an organization hired, the ticketing company handles the scanning, but we hired extra
Yeah.
scanners.
Okay.
We had 2 entrances. What the second one was more of a vendor/VIP entrance.
Okay.
But we hired extra scanners, and when we got there, I got there at 5:00 in the morning, and I lie not. As usual, there were people lined up.
Of course there were.
And the line at some point went from the entrance almost to the pool, which is about 3 blocks. And at 10 o'clock, we were adamant about opening the doors at 10, which
Okay.
we did.
Right.
And I lie not, by 10:15, 10:20, that line was gone.
Yeah.
And for the rest of the day, it was just
Yeah, it was
walk
moving.
up.
Yeah.
So to the people who were a little worried, we got this.
Yeah, you got it,
We
bro.
are organization.
Woo!
we are professional.
Dude, you got it. I was so happy and proud.
And so this year we are actually going to we pay attention to patterns.
Yes.
I mean, this is really an organization. We have drones out there. We got people driving around, paying attention to the traffic pattern. We had. Well, I mean, you could know that because
Yeah.
you were there. We had police that were on motorcycles that would drive in the neighborhood to make sure the neighborhood was good, it was safe,
Yeah.
and that they were keeping traffic moving. So from that, we noticed that people came in from that other entrance in the back. So I guess that'll be Sydney. So we're going to create a second entrance there. So you'll
Okay.
have options. Two entrances, dedicated
Now you
VIP
stunt-
lines.
Now you stunting on the folks. Now you stunt. Now you stunt.
I mean, this is a perfect time.
Now you stunt.
And then so in my regular 9 to 5,
Yes.
I'm a problem solver. So when people come to me after the event and they say this was an issue for me, we try to address it. And
Okay.
if it's a big enough issue, then we address it. So one issue we had was, I didn't see the issue, but I'm healthy and able-bodied. But some people had an issue walking up that slight little hill.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to do golf carts. So we got 80 golf carts, especially for ADA, that'll be in the front and the back. We're doing it.
You're a
We're
festival.
doing it.
So
We're a festival. There you go. Yeah. So we heard you, and we're working for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so a couple more surprises out there. Well, you'll see when you get there.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm already excited about it. I think the only thing that I heard was that, we were out in the sun. People say, "Oh, I miss the pavilions," but the beauty of it, to see a sea of people bouncing and dancing the whole time. Because I went up to the stage a couple of times.
I know.
I just had to be present. I was like, wow, this is really
well. As
live.
a sponsor, you get to be on the stage.
Ooh, tell the people, Ramon.
Real Chicks Rock.
Yes!
Sponsor of House in the Park.
Thank you. I was honored and humbled, and I was taken aback because it was a beautiful sight to see, and to me, that really is a festival.
Yeah.
And I think that the other side of Grant Park served its purpose, but it spoiled us. Because real festivals are out in the sun.
Thank you.
So
Thank you
same
for saying
people
that.
will be at One Music Fest and Midtown Music Fest and Chosen Few and all these other festivals that go. I was watching Lollapalooza on YouTube and all this. People are out in the sun. So I'm not really sure.
Thank you, because that was probably, if we had and I would say, if we had a number one complaint,
right?
If there was any complaints,
yes, sir.
That was the one. There were a few people who were disillusioned about losing the pavilions, and they said it was hot. So there's two sides of that. One, what you said. I did the research. Chosen Few, Collective Minds in Baltimore,
Yes,
Music Midtown,
yes.
Love Paraded, and everything in Europe.
Yeah.
Nothing is covered. It's just not. So what's the purpose of making it outdoor if you're going to be indoor?
Yeah.
We were lucky to have pavilions for 13 years of some sort.
Yes.
And you're right, we were spoiled.
Yeah.
But
we outgrew them.
So the option became, you want pavilions, or you want cover, or do you want a economical price? Because we can cover the dance floor, but the ticket won't be $10.
It won't be, and we're gonna talk about the $10 ticket too. We're gonna get there. But I think the dancers. Let's talk. Woo, they had a good time.
Now the dancers were the other side, and so this is where, as an event organizer, as a mom, as a dad, you kind of got to weigh the greater good for the collective. The overwhelming majority loved the tennis courts. The sound was on point.
It sure was.
And I didn't even think about this when I decided to put them on the tennis courts, but tennis courts are bouncy.
Yes, they are.
So it was one of my close friends in New York who was like, yo, my knees didn't hurt on Monday.
They didn't hurt.
I was like,
People were jumping up, doing
kicks,
doing everything.
I totally missed that.
Yeah, no.
Because I was like, because I don't play tennis.
Right,
I was
no.
like, oh, this is not
it felt
concrete.
Great. No.
This is a different substance. So you had the whole bouncy thing going on. So I think it's a good idea.
I thought it was a very good idea. And people had space to get down.
Correct. And lastly, no other event, like we did get spoiled with dancing on the hardscape because our event is about the dancer. Our event is a dance party that happens to be a picnic at the same time, but it is a dance party first.
Come on.
So I don't know any clubs that don't have a dedicated dance floor.
Yes.
And we like this thing called baby powder. And you can't put baby powder on dirt or grass.
No, you cannot.
But you can put it on a tennis court.
You sure can. Man.
So
that was hot.
Yes.
So last year.
So if I may, we will be back on the tennis courts.
Yeah.
There
Thank you. We appreciate that. Because I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to dance more this time. I think for me last year, I just kept looking. You said to me the looky lures. I was a looky lure. I just kept looking because I was taking it in. I was taking it all in, and it was just so good. This time, the feeling is past, so I'll do better. But last year the tickets were $5. This year they've gone up. Did you want to talk a little bit about that?
So last year the early bird tickets were $5, and we did that for about 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then the regular price was $10.
Okay.
And believe it or not, the overwhelming majority of people did not buy the early bird tickets. They bought the $10
Only
ticket.
me? Only a few.
I mean, it was enough of you.
Only a few of us?
No, and that's so funny because I can see the ticket sales and so many people. You saw so many people at the $5 rate. You knew. Like, I can look at the name, like, oh, Michelle is only one person, maybe two with the little man, but she bought 10 tickets. But it worked out because you know, and some people said this is my way of donating.
Yes.
This is my way of saying thank you.
Yes.
And some people were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They were using them to bless others who they knew were going to be slow.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, last year was $5 for a couple, about 2-3 weeks, and then we went to the regular price of $10.
Okay.
And the price stayed level this year. We didn't go up.
Okay.
It's still $10.
See, that's me. I didn't know, so I felt it went up because I put the tickets
No,
at
no.
$5. I was like, because let me tell you something. As soon as the thing came through my feed on Facebook about ticket sales,
You like ting.
because I was like, oh, they're $10 this year. I said, okay, no problem. I'm gonna still get my tickets. But yeah, so it's always been 10. My fault. I
Yes.
didn't know because I'm an early birder. I don't know
Yes, you
nothing
are
about
early
prices.
bird. You are
I don't
early
know
bird.
nothing. Once I get my tickets after that, I don't know what the prices are after.
I'm the same
You
way.
know what I mean?
Once I pay for something, I don't think nothing
I
else
don't
about
think
it.
nothing else about it. So I was like, oh, this is 10. So this is good. So it's fair. So it's
Yeah,
always
it's
been
a
$10.
level,
So
yes.
same thing. No, and no changes. So we could still bring the chairs and the coolers and everything is the same, right? We can't bring the grills.
You still can bring grills, but they have to be propane.
Propane.
No charcoal grills. And grills are only allowed in a designated area, which will be down. I'm sorry, they're allowed everywhere except for a certain area, and we have it all marked out with the site map and everything.
Okay,
So yeah, everything, nothing is changing from an event standpoint, from a user experience,
Good.
except for it's going to increase.
Okay.
We're fine tuning some things.
Okay.
Making it a little bit better.
How did we leave the park? Did we clean up our areas? Did you have a lot of people just kind of trashed it? How did we do?
So this is the beautiful thing about switching it from an open event to a gated event. When it's gated, we control that park. So of course we have to hire a sanitation company to clean up.
Right.
But we have an extra day to do it because the park is locked down, so the neighborhood can't get in there to complain about how good or bad it is.
Nice.
So Monday, when I went back out there, it was in a fairly good condition.
Good.
You know, but we had the company we used was moving all throughout the day. So when we got back out there Monday morning, 7-8 o'clock in the morning, it was they were halfway done. They were fine tuning. They were out there with the little pickup sticks.
Yeah, picking it
So
up.
people did well.
People did well. That's good.
Yeah.
So
and you know, we did less people last year purposely.
yeah, what was it? Can you share the numbers? What was your numbers?
Yeah, we capped the numbers at 10,000 last year.
Okay.
As opposed to reportedly 20,000 the year before.
Okay.
So we capped the numbers purposely because, one, we were trying to make sure that the neighborhood wasn't overwhelmed because we had never used that side of the neighborhood.
Right.
And that presented, and that parking was an issue, so that presented another issue. So we just wanted to make sure that we weren't overwhelming the neighborhood, and henceforth why we sold out. Yes. And so let's take this opportunity to say, please, I'm begging you, get your tickets now.
Ooh.
There will be limited, and I do mean limited amount of tickets the day of, but get your tickets now.
Yeah.
There were several people. We sold out at about, it was halfway through my set, so it had to be 5. I got the call.
Because you got the hot set from 4 to 6, so like 5 o'clock.
Well,
okay.
you know,
Yeah.
membership has privileges. Yeah, so I got the call. The city came to me and hit me on the radio, shut it down. And so to be good stewards, we shut it down.
I know that's right.
And so there were lots of people who were upset. And I can understand your frustration, but we asked. We told you to buy your tickets up front.
We did. We begged. We begged.
You know,
we're going to beg again.
We're going to beg again. So you probably will get an email. You probably will get a social media blast every other day from now on. Please get your tickets. Because we don't want you, we don't want anyone to be left out.
And be angry about it.
Yeah.
Because that's the hot hour. When you come on from 4 to 6, it is right.
Yes.
It is right. And
Yes.
so to get a call in the middle of your set, man.
I mean, it was a good call.
I know, but still, it's right, man.
Yes.
And again, I'm sorry, I'm selfish. Once I'm in where I need to be, I ain't checking. Ramon, I ain't checking for nothing else. I'm not going back to the gate. I'm not looking for no. I do a public service announcement every day, every year at House in the Park to say who I am. Real Chicks Rock the brand. We are replaying a House in the Park show. If you are not here, you need to get here. I'm going to do the same. Once I do that, I'm off the grid.
Right, because it's your holiday too.
It's my holiday too.
That's House in the Park is Atlanta, the Southeast holiday.
Yeah.
It's the last holiday.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
nice. I got to
So-
focus this year because I think I'm gonna be vending this year. I think I'm gonna sell some T-shirts. So that means I got to be on vendor row, and I'm gonna miss the people. so I feel a way. I'm trying to find interns to help me so I can get a couple of breaks. So I can be amongst the sea, but in the masses. So yes, we are asking, begging, pleading that if
Yes.
you have not purchased your ticket for House in the Park and you're planning on coming, which we know most of you are, you want to be there. We're asking you to buy your tickets now. Please do not wait till the day of. Don't wait. If you know people that you want to bring and their money's not right or what, get the tickets. Sell us out sooner than later so we know exactly what we need to do on that day, because we don't want that call in the middle of the set to say, shut up. And then
Right.
then what happens is people are hitting the personal line. Like, right, can you come get me? I'm at the gate.
Negative. Negative Ghost Rider. This year, I'm actually going to do something the first thing I've never done. I'm actually turning my phone off.
Is that right?
I never do it, but I'm turning my phone off.
No, you can't do that, because if officials and other people need to get to you and
We're
your
going to
team,
be on radios.
He's stunting now. Now he's stunting.
No, we've always had radios, but we're going to another level of radio. So yeah,
Showing off
you
now.
can't call me.
now he's showing off. Now he's just showing off.
Stop it. Stop it.
Nice
I
show.
mean, we have to evolve.
you're
we
a festival.
We're a festival. You know.
You're a
And,
festival.
and so I took all of last year and this year. So I've been busy. I went to Chosen Few. Mm-hmm. So of course I was out there taking notes.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I just came back from Sunsea Beat, so I'm out there.
Yes,
taking
sir.
notes, you know.
Yes, sir.
And that's how you grow.
That's how you grow.
The young son looks at his dad to learn how to shave. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm watching. I'm watching everybody how they do it. So yeah, we have to evolve.
Yeah,
And what I can tell you is that when I was at Chosen Few, I did not see Wayne Williams or Terry Hunter on their phone.
Yeah, no. They're not taking no calls. No,
No.
they're not doing
You
that.
can't.
They
You
focus on meeting and greeting the mayor.
Correct.
Talking to
Yes.
high officials,
Yes.
their fans, their friends, their family.
Right.
They're not worrying about that stuff because they've done the planning all year round.
Correct.
So that when it comes
Correct.
to that day, they're involved in the day.
Yeah, and I think that's a hard thing because I think that our constituents, they want us to be on that level, but the growing pains that come with that, it means that we're a little less accessible on that day. But in order for it to be smooth like you saw last year,
Yeah.
we got to remove ourselves and make
Yeah.
it, you have to delegate, you have to, start moving yourself away from, the phone call and Sunday morning. Hey, can you give me some tickets? Nah,
Yeah, kid.
I can't do that.
I know that's right. It is hard because the community is personable, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
you have an opportunity to be amongst us all the time.
Yes.
So we feel like, hey, that's Ramon. I go to the gathering every month. He know me. Blah 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 blah. And it's sometimes it is hard to separate it. For some people that it is a business.
Yes.
At the end of the day, you're running a business on that day.
Yes. So like I had to do this interview and somebody emailed me a week ago and sent me how to get into the building, what time to arrive. Cuz it's a business. No, I really appreciate
He's talking about me.
I'm talking about my partner over here. But
we don't play.
I was honestly, for real, I was really impressed with the level last year, and again this year, the level of professionalism that your organization provided in just doing the interview.
Yeah.
I've done TV and radio interviews that weren't this
Are you
organized.
serious? Well, thank you.
Yes, so I say that to say that I could be the same way as others, and like, man, Michelle, you tripping? Why I gotta be there 15 minutes ahead of time? Because you're a business,
Right.
So if you translate that over to House in the Park, we simply, if we want to continue to exist, we have to be
You
running
got
ourselves like a business
You
because the
got
city is not accepting anything less.
You got to.
So.
You got to. And you know what? We deserve that.
Absolutely.
Rolling with you for 15 years.
Yeah.
Yo, take it to the next level.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we deserve that. We deserve a bouncy tennis courts to dance on. We deserve vendors row and all that layout and treat. We deserve, give it to us.
I'm trying.
Give it to us. Yeah,
trying.
you giving it to us. You giving us to it. So last year was 10,000. Is the cap going to be the same, or are you going to inch it up
No,
just a little
we
bit?
actually. Thank you for asking. We actually worked with the city. We are expanding our fence line,
Okay.
and so we are moving the cap up. So we won't release the number.
No,
of what
you don't
we're
have
moving.
to, but it will be.
But it's more than 10,000.
Yeah.
But it still is enough to keep the neighborhood comfortable.
Okay.
It's
And the
not-
parking.
And so I guess we can talk about parking.
Yeah.
So last year we secured the gray lot, which is the lot that used to be Turner Field, but now it's Georgia State. The lot that they normally do the carnival in.
Yes, yes.
So that's our parking lot for the day, and we are actually running free shuttles from there. So House in the Park is eating that, and we're running free shuttles every 30 minutes, starting I believe at 9 a.m.
I'm not messing with you. when will the last shuttle return? So will it be like a 12-hour run?
So we're running the shuttles from 9 until, and then we add an extra shuttle on the way out to help people get out. The last shuttle will leave House in the Park at 10 p.m., which gives you 2 hours to get out.
Isn't
we
that
shut the music
nice?
off at 8, so that gives you 2 hours to pack your stuff and get out.
And get out.
So then so that's free parking, and that place has 600 spots. So that's a lot of parking.
That'll help, yeah.
Then of course you have the neighborhood parking, and then we have parking at Parkside Elementary, and they're selling parking, which they sold out last year, the
did.
Wednesday.
They did.
But the beautiful thing about that is, again, as a community organization,
Yes.
that money goes back to the PTA for that school.
Nice.
So we don't get that money.
Right,
That's their
right.
money.
That's their money.
But that's a beautiful thing because we help on the kids.
You sure are.
You know?
Yeah.
So I believe they have about 100 spots, so you can buy those now. The link is on our website, houseinthepark.org, and they're selling tickets now, so you can't beat that.
Did I see something about a VIP package? Was there some kind of
Yes,
VIP?
yes,
Come
we
on,
have
bro.
a VIP package.
Tell me what that's about.
So they actually are sold out.
God,
I know, right? Like this year, this year's been really great. So the VIP is sold out, and vending is already sold out. We are done with that, and that's amazing because we've never sold them out this early.
so no more vending opportunities.
No, if
I'm
you're
gonna say
not
that
in.
again. There are no more vending opportunities.
Yeah,
Because somebody asked me,
I get an
"Michelle,
email
you
every
know
day."
some folks. There are no more vending
There are no more
opportunities.
vending opportunities. We do have. We are still waiting to render payment for a couple people, and if they don't show up, we have a waiting list that's already
Okay.
established. But yeah, for the most part, vending is sold out.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're not in, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And the VIP, what is included
Okay, so the
in
VIP
that?
package. So for me, I don't want to lug tents and all that.
No, that's right.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
me too, bro.
So the VIP package is we provide a tent, a table, 2 chairs, 4 tickets to the
You serious?
4 tickets to get into House in the Park, 2 tickets to the after party, a swag bag which includes a House in the Park official T-shirt and
Which I'm wearing. I'm wearing one of the
one of those. There you go.
This is nice. You have
A House in the
t-shirt?
Park, the official shirt from that year.
Yeah.
Other things from the DJs, normally music or whatever.
Right.
And if we have any sponsors, they'll drop a little something in the swag bag. But most importantly, it comes with a cooler with a spirit of their choice with mixers.
Oh,
Yes. To me, I don't know.
yo.
So I don't know why anyone would do it any other way. Because these people just, in a park. I'm sorry, guys. A parking pass. They get to park in the inside of the park.
Oh, snap.
Right. So
That joint is heavy.
it's heavy. And it's economical. It's we've done our cost comparison. It's way more affordable than some of the other
Yes,
events.
and you get a lot of stuff.
Exactly. And more importantly, you just get to show up. You just get to
Love
show up.
that. That's what I like.
So
I
we
like that.
We always allow the people from the previous year to have first right of refusal, and we are at about 60%. As soon as we send out that email, they're like,
Yeah, they'll do it again. Yeah.
yeah. So we sold out of that just about 2 weeks ago, and you should have seen the faces.
Like mine. 'cause
If you
I'm
could
like
see
a
the face,
child.
you could see the face on the internet, like.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a big thing.
Are you going to expand that number to offer for more people? Put that in your pocket for next year. You don't have to answer that right
Thank
now.
you. Thank you for that. Actually, we thought about when we sold out so early, we went back out to the park and we considered it, and we will consider it for next year. It's just a little too soon.
Understood.
to try to rearrange it now.
Understood.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed one more thing. And this year they're getting a personal, private comfort station. So those are like the luxury bathrooms. They
Are
come
you
on the trailer.
serious?
Oh yeah, they getting it in. They get it all.
I'm not messing with you.
Oh, and they get their own entrance too. Yeah, they get their own lane, and both entrances will be a VIP lane. So, listen, if you don't have your VIP tickets next year, I'm telling you, they go on sale around May. You might want to be stalking us.
What was it? What was the cost for the VIP?
$400. Wow. Which is super. I would have paid $100 for the parking space myself.
Because parking is serious. It's serious out there. Because it's in the neighborhood. That's why.
Correct.
That's the only reason why. Because it's in the neighborhood, which is booming.
Right. Grand Park is a hot neighborhood.
It's a very hot neighborhood. So it's just because of that. And a lot of people took Lyft and Uber, so that was smart too.
Yes, if I wasn't part of it, I probably would Uber or Lyft
Lyft
as well.
in there, yeah.
And I was told by the police that drop off lane went really well last year. No, there was no problems with that. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Man, I like that just showing up stuff.
Man, ain't it? Well, come on, man. Hey, don't you wish we could just show up?
Because I'm sitting here like,
excuse me, where's my tent?
I know, because I'm sitting here like, yo, I'm a vending this year. It means I gotta bring a table, I gotta bring product, I gotta. It's gonna be a long day. I gotta bring stuff. I'm like, because typically I just show up in the park with a Real Chicks Rock towel, a bottle, and some money in my pocket, and I'm like, this is what we gonna do.
This will be a totally different experience for you this year, being a little more. Last year you were kind of on the inside, but now you're a little more on the inside. So you'll see it from a whole nother view, because when you're vending, you don't even see the dance floor. I mean, not that you can't go, but you're so busy trying to make your money.
You're right.
Those people ain't thinking about dancing.
Yeah, I'm gonna be with the people trying to make the money.
Right,
yeah, I'm gonna be over there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting. Man, you've grown up, Ramon.
I know, man.
You have really grown up.
Yeah. I'm excited about it.
You should be.
So, we're already thinking about the cool stuff to do for next year.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm excited.
So 15, any special surprises for 15, or you're not at liberty to say? What's going on?
I think we have some infrastructural surprises for them. I just kind of told you about the golf carts. We got some other things that we're working on. Nothing as far as guests, because I'm committed to the 4 of us.
I know that. That's not changing.
Yeah, I'm committed
the first one when you had 8.
Right. Look at you with the memory. Mm-hmm. So no, nothing like that. But I think that just making you guys a lot more comfortable on the day of would be my special surprise.
Okay.
For lack of a better word.
Yes.
And just providing a stress-free day.
Mm-hmm.
Come out and dance.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, when we were at the other side of Grand Park, security got tight where the DJs played. So for year 13, we didn't care who you were. You couldn't get back there, sponsor or not. It was for DJs and photographers only. Last year was a little different. It was a lot of people just. So are we going to tighten that up a bit? What are we going to do with that?
That's a good question. So year 13 would have been, we knew what we were doing in those pavilions, so we knew what to expect. Last year we didn't know what to expect. Right. And so this year we do know what to expect. So you can probably expect that, because as a DJ, I mean, I can't speak for the other 3. We all have different personalities, but I personally don't enjoy a lot of people in my DJ booth. You get it, but other DJs kind of understand and come in, say hi, and move out the way. Right. But people who aren't DJs, they want to come in and have a conversation with you, and it's kind of how the conversation when you're DJing, because you're working. You're working.
I was annoyed when I saw what was going on up there. I saw people pulling DJs to stop to take selfies while they're DJing. Yeah. I was like, then they're talking to them. I saw people dancing up there, and I was just like, personally, because I respect the art, right? And I know you're absolutely right. when you're up there as a DJ, you don't mind a quick pound or a quick acknowledgement.
Correct.
Because that lets you know we're in the place and we supporting you and we here and this and that and the third, right? We do it all. It happens all the time. But that's a moving thing. That's like a turnstile. You get in, pop in, you tap out. You don't hang up in there and be like, yo, you know, like, what's up? What's good? Yo, you do.
So the balance is that we want the event and the day to still feel like it's family oriented and that we're all pals. But I do think that people need to understand that that's work for us.
It is work.
And as a DJ, and shout out to all my DJs, we're telling a story. And if you're trying to tell me a story and I keep interrupting you, you're going to keep losing your train of thought.
Right.
And you're going like, what was I saying again? And so that's kind of how it is. So you kind of think like, what's my next record or what's my next 2 records? And if you stop and say, hey, and then you're like, hey, how's your mama doing? Oh, she's fine. But and you know they mean well. They really mean well, but it's just time. It's just time and place.
Because it is a wonderful day, and people. The energy last year was filled with love. Real talk.
Yeah,
it was a very positive. Because I felt that everybody that wanted to be there was there.
Absolutely.
And those that didn't want to be, for whatever the reasons, were not.
Correct.
So everybody was on the same frequency, the same vibration, the energy, the love. So it was a very like, oh, this is great. And, you know, so everybody was happy. So it is kind of hard to separate that. But we can't. We're still, because now we're paid people. Now, damn it, we paid to be in there now. And so there's an expectancy, right?
So let me ask you, so we're do you feel that because you paid you should have more access?
No. I'm saying that because I paid, I know that the delivery is going to be on point, because now there's money involved. This ain't no free thing and we at the park and just flip-flopping around. We're at a festival.
Yes.
It's just called House in the Park, but we're at a festival.
Yeah. And we've been a festival for years.
Yes.
Yeah,
so no, I don't expect more access, no, but what I'm saying is the quality is really going to be the same, if not better, because, you know, we're here in this space.
Correct.
So I think, to your point, you're right. It was new. A lot of people didn't know what to do. Everybody was all excited. So it'll be interesting to see how that's managed for this year.
Yeah. You know, we have a mutual friend, and Brian, and he's pretty much the security guy for almost every club in Atlanta, it feels like.
Yes.
Shout out to Brian.
Brian Scarlett.
I know, and he's very adamant about that. So he was the one who was in control of it in House in the Park 13. So I may enlist his services again.
I think so.
Yeah. So I mean, and when you think about it, if you were, you know, I just went to Chastain and see Common with the
Me too. It was nice.
Yeah, with the ASO. Did I see you?
No.
Okay, with the ASO, and we couldn't get backstage. I mean, because that security wasn't even letting you close.
Nowhere near.
So yeah, I think that people should respect the DJ, and yeah.
Yeah, because it's a lot. It's a lot of equipment and just things, and you guys are up there all day, and so that's your personal space for 8 hours.
It is.
You know what I mean? And so it's just giving you space to flex those elbows out and just kind of get down, because that's 2 hours per man of hard work.
It is, man. Listen, you speak of hard work, and I asked other guys this, and you know, I've talked to Stan, I've talked to various DJs. When you spend for 2 and 3 and 4 hours, and you're up there giving, like, there's this energy that you're providing to the masses.
Yes.
And Kimmy Bennings with the whole Ministers of Sound, she got it right. Like, for that 2 hours of your set, you're the minister, and the crowd is your congregation, and so you're pouring your energy out. So I just played last night. You were there. I'm tired because my energy was given to you.
You gave it out.
So you're right. So it may be fun, but it still worked.
It worked. And the good thing is that the hope is, as a DJ and in this festival space in House in the Park, you're connecting with thousands of people on the dance floor. So when you play that track, when you make that turn, when you make that transition, they're with you, and you feel it. And the screams, or they just point at you, or they throw their hands up, and you feel that. So it's a reciprocation of 8 hours.
Correct. but it's that reciprocation is pulling from you too. Yeah,
They got to get theirs first, and then they're going to give it back. That's what it is. That's what dancers want. They want it from you first, and they'll give it back.
Absolutely.
I got some new people, so we don't want to take anything or anyone for granted.
Okay.
So I want you to name the men that support you on this on the day. So who are the guys?
So our DJs are my man Salah Ananse, the sexy DJ of Atlanta. You know,
I like Salah.
And so my next one is Kemet, DJ Kemet.
Yes, saw him last night. Hi,
the
Kemet.
General. You know what I'm saying? He's like the big brother of us
he's
all.
the big brother. I like Kemet.
Then of course you got Kai Alce, who's the ambassador of Atlanta.
Yeah, he closes it out.
He closes out, and then there's myself, Ramon Rawsoul.
Yes.
So. And
in the beginning, you used to open, and then over time, you slid into the third man slide. Got that 4 to 6 hour.
That is it. You know, it's funny that you got a really great memory. Shout out to my girl Michelle.
Yes.
So yeah, the first man, I think I was like the opener for like maybe 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, you were. That's what you said.
And then. You know, I had such a high level of respect for Kemet because he's one of a few DJs who I never hear make mistakes in his set.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I've just had this, I was always in awe of this dude, you know what I'm saying? And so one year I was handing off to him and he was like, next year, this is your spot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's nice.
And so we just so every year now, Kemet and Salah, they alternate. So one plays from 1 hour, 12 to 1 to open it up. And before that wasn't a good slot, but now so many people are there.
I was just going to ask you, do you still want to do that? Because you're right. Before the games people were just starting to fill into the park and they're setting up. So Salah was providing the music at that time. You could look at previous pictures.
Yes.
House in the Park, the pavilion would be very light. A couple of people getting their twirl on, very light. But no more.
No, man, like 12:30, it's a party.
It's a
Matter
party.
Matter of fact, 12 o'clock when the music's on.
If you have people standing out at 5 in the morning and you don't let early bird people in or till 10, they can start coming in. And with the social media, any move you make, they put it on. Oh, they're letting us in now.
Right.
And that was like at 10:15. And then somebody said it to them. We got through in 20 minutes. They reported it.
Shout out to them.
On Facebook. And that kept all the temperatures down. You know what I mean?
And I know people were worried.
Yeah.
I know people were worried, but and I'll get back to your point, but we are a festival. And we, the four of us, believe in excellence. I think you can tell by the way these guys play.
Yeah.
We believe in excellence, so we're never going to take a shortcut at the expense of you.
I heard that.
You see what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And so, for example, of the shuttle, you know, I want you guys to use that shuttle because I want the neighborhood to not be mad at us so that we can come back the next year.
Yeah.
So that means we need to eat it, then we'll eat it.
Yeah.
You know, so we believe in excellence. So, you know, I know. They win there
Mike.
too.
Come on, Mike, engineer, dope engineer. Come on, sir, with the pictures. Yeah.
So it, you know, honestly, I gave Kemet and Salah the option to no longer split the setup, but they actually like it.
They like it.
So they are working out amongst themselves who plays from 12 to 1, because the person who plays from 12 to 1, right, you kind of got the opening set, but then the next person gets 2 hours, right? So they kind of prefer the 2 hours together, but the person who comes back on, they're at 3, so now it's starting to get a little, as you say, ripe. It's starting to get a little thick. And, you know, I mean, really at 3 o'clock, that dance floor is starting to get a little elbowy.
It's elbowy.
You know what I'm saying?
Because people have already had that first plate of food.
Yes.
And they're like, that was good. I got to go work this off. And they go right to the floor.
Yes, and those people who didn't, the people who didn't care about getting a nice picnic spot or a nice a compound, they roll in about 2 o'clock, you know, because they just want to come dance. And so, yeah, that 3 o'clock spot, so they actually still like it. So as long as they like it, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We good with that. I want to go back to the vendors just a little bit. A nice collection, an eclectic combination of vendors, right?
Absolutely. I personally, that's one of the things I personally handle is vendors.
Okay.
And we're very choosy, and we turn people down all the time. And we send them a nice little email. And it's not that we didn't enjoy your wares or your product. It's just that we don't want to be certain other events that we see in Atlanta with 18 people selling shea butter. So now no one has made any money because they got 18 people selling shea butter. And there's nothing wrong with shea butter, but I don't need 18 people selling it.
Right.
So we're very selective. We're very choosy. We ask for pictures of their setup. We want to make sure that they are looking the part we have a nice varied selection of vendors, and I'm excited about this year's vendors. A lot of our vendors came back, so that shows the beauty of the event. So the same thing we do with the VIP, we give our vendors from years prior the first right of refusal,
Right.
and we even give them a little early bird special.
Nice.
And we're at about 50-60% of them as well.
Nice.
That people come to a house in the park and they want to stay part of that family. So that should speak to the quality of the event and how we run our organization. So yeah, I'm excited about the vendors this year. We got some. It was one person last year who were doing these crowns that everyone. I got so many emails about these crowns. I don't know who it is, but I hope they're there again this year. Yes, they yes. So
that's good.
Yeah,
so
I'm
that's
excited
good.
about the vendors.
Yeah. And food and the vendors include food.
Yes,
trucks
we have
as well?
food. We have food vendors and we have arts and craft vendors.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's a nice combination.
Absolutely.
So for those people that have not purchased the VIP, which are sold out, but you still like to come to the park real light, there's opportunities to get whatever you need.
Yes.
At the park.
Believe it or not, we don't really do our own setup because we're so busy scattered around.
Right.
Then of course people invite us to their tents. To hey come, hey Kimmy, hey Kai, hey Solari, Ron, come eat with us. We never can find them, of course.
Yeah,
you know.
can't find them.
So I eat at the vendors. So quiet as kept. I wouldn't let any vendor come in that I wouldn't personally eat at.
Got you.
There's a sister out there that does these. She's a Trini vendor with she does like the curry chicken and the rice and peas and oh man, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Do you actually eat that day?
That's a funny story. So there's been years that I have not eaten, and at 4 o'clock when I've time to DJ, I've cramped up, and so it's funny. I keep mustard packets with me because mustard is like a cure for cramps.
Really?
I didn't know that until and pickle juice too.
And pickle juice.
So I keep mustard packets, but now I have a big enough team around me who last year they followed me around, literally was like shoving water down my throat, shoving bananas. So I normally rock with fruit and water.
Okay.
I don't want to get weighed down, but
Yes.
I don't have time to eat.
You don't.
No, I don't have time.
You're a busy man.
Yes.
For the first 13 years, or at least those Grant Park years, you said that you would go to the top after your set and kind of look down.
You have a great memory.
Did you have an opportunity to kind of look at us last year after your set?
I did not, but last year for the first year we had a drone. And
this interview's over. I'm not talking to this
and
guy no more.
I've never really released those pictures, but they're coming in the form of a video. That's her actually right there. Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Mike.
And so I have an overhead shot. So legally, my drone guy is an actual. He has his FAA license. So legally, I didn't know this until last year. Legally, you can't fly a drone over a crowd of people.
Oh,
That's illegal. I didn't
Okay.
know that because
Okay.
if it falls, it could hurt someone. But we have shots from I don't know how many feet high, but man, it was beautiful out there. So that was my go to the top of
was
the
yours.
moment when I got those pictures
You
next
got
week.
that.
I was like,
yeah.
oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a picture of the and we'll put it out on social media
Yes.
but in the next 30 days. But there's a picture looking down at the dance floor, and you just can see the people getting it in, and then you can see all the tents, and oh my God, it was a beautiful.
It was a
so
beautiful
I
thing.
did get that satisfaction from the drone
Yeah.
photo and video.
Yeah, and I mean, they was dancing all the way to the back of the
Yes.
tennis, like for real,
Yes.
for real.
Yes. And I was wondering, so when we put the tennis court together, I was like, do we need this much space? I guess we kind of answered that question.
Because the heavy dancers and the people that got to feel it are going to be closer to you.
That's correct.
And then the ones that are lighter in how they get down and
Two-step.
move, they're going to be in the back. But it's something about being on the collective space.
Yes.
It was just beautiful, man.
Yes.
It was just beautiful. So after last year, I always want to talk about the wind down, and it takes you a couple of days to come off of that, doesn't it?
Man,
You're not right till about Thursday or Friday of that week.
if that, but life goes on, and it I think you probably be the only person that's as busy as I am because you stay moving. But in my personal life, I have extracurricular activities that I do, and this year I won't have any wind down time because I'm a big time Chicago Bears fan. We play the Thursday after House in the Park, so literally after I get that park cleaned up on Tuesday, I'm on a plane in Chicago.
Which is what you need anyway.
Yeah, go watch my Bears.
Go watch your Bears and relax.
And then, right after that, we 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, we'll be all going to Mexico for Mikasa holiday. So if you haven't got your Mikasa tickets, there's still time.
Mikasa.
And last year was the first year I took all 4 DJs. The House in the Park had its own party in Mikasa.
Yeah,
so we're doing big things.
Yeah, we're doing big
things. And so we got a party this year too. And man, when I tell you, Michelle, that party, I'm not saying this just to be saying it, that party was off the meter. Julius chooses such great venues. And we were in like this really fancy venue with the LED boards, and House in the Park was splashed everywhere. And Deep Blue has some really good pictures of it. And just the House in the Park logo was all over this, all over the TVs. And Kai, Kim, and Sly and myself, we came and showed out. And lots of people was like, yo, that was our favorite party of the weekend. So we're back again this year.
That was Mikasa 10 last year, though.
It was Mikasa 10.
That's big years. When you hit milestones like that, you can't play with the people. You got to come right.
Correct.
So that he did the right thing. Congratulations to you.
Yes, so I'm excited to bring my fellas back again because that was the first time that Salah and I had gone every year. We've played every year, but that was the first time all 4 of us collectively had played a party outside of the city. So more to come on that.
Moving as a unit.
Yes.
Moving as a unit.
Absolutely. My brothers, man.
International stuff.
No. Passports. Stamps.
I like stamps. I like stamps.
I know you do.
I like
you
stamps.
Get around.
I get around. I didn't, did I go anywhere this year? No, I didn't go to Croatia this year. Last year I did. And it was their 10 year this year, so this was pretty big for them.
That was bananas.
I did. I went to Greece.
Yes, you did. You went to
Josh Milan's 50th birthday.
I heard that was nice.
It was nice.
I heard it's intimate but nice.
It's intimate but nice. We have the same birthday, so I just felt.
I didn't know that.
We're 6'9", we're June 9th. So I felt obligated to go. I should go. So I went and I celebrated. So that's what I did. But it's all about passport stamping, getting out of here. We'll travel for house. I will do that. Yes, that's
one of my hashtags. I will travel for music.
Travel for house music. I do that. I tell the people that look like they want to talk to me, I travel for house.
If a young gentleman suitor is trying to come, is the first question you ask, the second question, what's your name, and do you have a passport?
Do you have a passport? Do you have a passport?
That really
That's
should be.
real talk, though.
But because having just literally, so I had a whirlwind July. We did Chosen Few, 4th of July, came back for a week. I did Charlotte on Friday and played the release party. Then came back, packed a bag, and then we went to Sunset Beat. Now, I've gone, the same people who do Sunset Beat do Southport Weekender. So Salah, Nina, and I had been several times.
Yeah.
I missed Sunset Beat last year. I was paid and supposed to go, but I was too chicken to go because of House in the Park. So I just kind of forfeited that trip. But this year, we went hard. And when I tell you that Sunset Beat is the truth,
It's the truth.
You need to go. I mean, I know you've been, but it's the truth. Because unlike Southport, you have the option to stay in your own apartment so you can be comfortable. 7 days, and the lineup was fire. Fire.
I like the yachts going up
and the boat parties. Yes, the boat parties. I totally forgot about that.
You can't tell me that ain't dope. I'm like, the sun is kissing my face, and you're playing this music. I'm like,
yes,
yeah.
And so the boat party, the hot boat party was this Afro boat party. It's like Ocean Lade and Shimza. Shimza is the man right now.
Yes,
the Jeff.
Yes.
And just to be able to kick it, I know the Jeff from Mikasa, but Shimza is my first time met. Super humble brother, young brother,
nice young guy.
You know,
tearing up South Africa, tearing it up,
tearing up the world. While you playing,
yeah.
Coffee better look out, because Shimza's on his tail.
Well, that's the whole generational thing we were talking about, because we are getting older.
Yes.
And so it's good to see Shimza and younger people take on the genre and be aggressive about it, because they're passionate and they love it as much as we do.
Right.
So that helps me, that it won't really totally fall by the wayside. We just need some more of that apprenticeship going
I
on.
totally agree. We need the apprenticeship from our standpoint,
Yes.
from the DJ side.
Yes.
We need the young people to start throwing these kind of parties.
Mm-hmm.
And we need the young people to attend. And that's one of the things I love about House in the Park is that I see so many babies out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I've seen your son grow up at House in the Park.
He's the whistle boy.
And so we actually want to put something together about like these testimonies, because I've met so many people who told me that they met their wife or their husband at House in the Park. Then they got pregnant. And now the baby is 5 and it's a House in the Park baby. So I'm hoping that those young people will come up and they'll take the mantle from you and I.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, my son will. He'll be the official whistleblower, and he'll do sound. He'll help
Is
you.
that what he gonna do? Is he
He's
gonna
gonna help with the
So
sound.
we got to hook him up with Lonnie.
Yeah, he loves to do sound.
So he likes to hook it all up?
He likes to hook it up. He likes to make it happen. He's the sound guy. At my last event, which was the Vibe at Buteco a couple of weeks ago, he was my sound guy.
No.
And asked for pay. Said, "Mommy, you're going to pay me like X amount an hour." I paid him. Well, I didn't pay him right away. I just wanted to see how resilient he was going to be about it. So he said the next day, "Mommy, you didn't pay me. Don't forget to pay me for my work."
That's good though. Teach that young man his work.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
he's my sound guy for my little event.
I love it.
So if
I
you're
love
looking
it.
for a little 12-year-old to help you with wire management and get your sound going and set up speakers, please inbox me at realchicksrock@gmail.com.
I'm so glad you told me. You know what? One of these days I'm going to invite him down
Please.
here and let him,
Please.
if he can stay out that late, let him and let him help us with the gathering.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. He likes that. He really likes that. So yeah, it is all about passing the torch, and wherever your kids or nieces and nephews or just young people, wherever they want to fit in, we want to fit them in. Even on the dance floor, there was a lot of harmony and community, and a lot of young girls and young guys dancing with the older dancers that we know, and it was just a collective cheering on. And I just can't emphasize enough, because I still feel as you elevate in this, and I congratulate you and I tip my hat to you and your other 3 brothers that hold you up in doing this every year for 15 years. There's always going to be some naysayers and things like that. But if you are a person that you really like music, period, and you like house, period, and you like community, period, and you like being around families, period, and you like a positive day, period, this is where you need to be.
Absolutely.
This is where you need to be. So, Ramon, tell the people what day and what time will the park open? What are we doing House in the Park? Where is it?
So House in the Park will be at the north end of the park, which is the address you can use is Grant Park Recreation Center, 537 Park Avenue Southeast, the corner of Sydney and Park. We start promptly at 12 o'clock. The music will be on. The gates will be open promptly at 10 o'clock. You can line up if you want to, but we're not opening the gates until 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
We'll have 2 entrances, one in the front on Park and Sydney, and one in the back on Sydney. Let's see, free shuttles from the gray lot. You can park at Parkside Elementary as well, or you can park in the neighborhood. We highly encourage you to Uber or Lyft if you don't take the free shuttle. Did I say the shuttle was free?
Yeah, you said the shuttle's free.
Okay.
Where's it going to be free at? Where do they get the free shuttle from?
They go to the gray lot, which is on the corner of, was that Pryor? It's the lot with the I'm sorry, I don't have the address in my head. It's the lot where they do the carnival across the street from the BP.
Okay. Okay.
You can't miss it.
You can't miss it.
And these are 50 passenger, like the Greyhound buses. So you can stick your stuff up underneath. So even if you have a tent, you got a grill, stick it on up underneath and take that shuttle. No, why drive around for 30 minutes looking for parking?
So let me help you with the shuttle. So there is formerly known as Turner Field, which is now Georgia State Stadium.
Correct.
So across the interstate is where they typically would do the carnival.
Yes.
That's the lot in which he refers to.
And the map is on, the map is on our website, houseinthepark.org, and go to the FAQ. Everything we're just talking about is on FAQ.
It's on the FAQ. So there's a BP station. So the shuttle for House in the Park that day, and they're going to start that as early as 9 in the morning.
Yes, 9 a.m.
For those that want to get there early, so they can park there, let's say together for free.
For free.
And ride the shuttle for free.
For free.
And the shuttle will take them to the entrance of the park.
Correct.
And then the last shuttle will leave the park at 10 p.m.
Correct.
Because we stop playing music at 8.
So it gives you 2 hours to get it together.
to get to your car and do all that stuff.
Correct.
And the show will run throughout the day, every 30 minutes or
Every
so?
30 minutes. Provided traffic's not bad, but
right,
we have enough to do
breaks
everything.
too. Yeah, they gotta.
Yes, they got that all covered.
They got it all covered.
Yes.
And so if you have not bought your ticket yet, where do they need to go to get their ticket, Ramon?
houseinthepark.org. Click on the ticket button, and it'll shoot you over to our ticketing. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, this year we are doing tickets for kids, but they're free. But we just need to account for the number of people that are in that park.
Okay.
So tickets, kids 10 and under are still free, but you do need a ticket for the kids.
For the kids. Okay.
Yes.
10 and under kids are free. Everybody else got a ticket.
Everybody else got a ticket.
Don't wait till last minute.
Don't wait.
Because he doesn't want to call at 5 on the day while he's with the, you know what I'm saying? And he's queuing up. Like, that's not, He'd rather get the call maybe the day before. Or, let's sell him out now so he knows exactly what he's doing with.
I mean, I can't see a reason why I wouldn't get my ticket now, so I know I'm in there.
Yeah.
I know I'm in there. I mean, I wasn't there, but my team said the look on the people's faces when they told them that they shut the ticket sales down last year, it was like priceless. No one took a picture of it, but they were some of them were disheartened, and some of them were just pissed off. But at the end of the day, we gave you an opportunity, so I urge you, please get your tickets now.
Please get your ticket, and don't inbox me because I'm off the grid.
She has tickets, guys. Yeah. Yes, she does.
I do. I have a few tickets, so you better get at me early, get at me soon. But when I am in House in the Park, I'm off the grid. After I do the PSA announcement, that's it. I am not fooling around with social media or looking for. I
so love the fact that the people who are closest to me, or us as a collective, are the ones who are diligent about getting their affairs in order. So I can look at the list of ticket purchaser. So last night we were at the gathering, and guess who was the very first? I told her I was going to tell you. Guess who was the very first person to buy a ticket this year?
Who?
Courtney.
Yay!
Now Courtney could have probably got in free.
Courtney LaFoy. Shout out to Courtney.
Yes, and she will be up front in the middle dancing. But she was the very first. I mean, literally when we said on sale, she was like 1 minute.
Come on. I was in them numbers. I don't play around with y'all.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Because Atlanta last year we sold several thousand tickets the week of. I suspect that people may be waiting for the weather forecast, but House in the Park is rain or shine.
True.
And did you know that most years of House in the Park we've had a threat of rain and we didn't care? We were out there anyway.
True.
I remember one year at Perkins Park it was raining, and I got this photo of this dude just outside of the pavilion. He did not want to be in the pavilion. He's outside dancing in the rain.
Yeah.
And didn't care
it's
one
a
bit.
Cleansing. Rain is
absolutely. So House in the Park is rain and shine. We'll be there.
Yeah. Yes. We'll be there. Yeah, I got my ticket. I wasn't the first one. Damn. I wanted to be the first one to get it because as soon as it comes through, I was like, bing. Get my ticket. And somebody said, why did you get it? Because it shows support.
Absolutely.
It does show support, even though we're all kind of on the same community level,
absolutely.
And you can always say, and it probably wouldn't be a thing. But it's like sometimes you have to put your money where your mouth is.
And I appreciate you saying that because like how we look at it from an organization standpoint, to put this event on is extremely expensive, obviously.
It is.
But when you do the numbers, you pay more to go to our monthly parties cost more than this.
They do.
And those are only 4 hours.
Yeah.
So this is 8 hours.
Yeah.
And it's an experience. So when you just do some quick math, it's $1 an hour.
It is. I know.
I'll pay $1 an hour to do.
I'll
pay more to park at Atlantic Station.
I ain't messing with you. If people have questions, comments, inquiries, do you need volunteers? You still need volunteers?
Actually, this year we are not doing volunteers. We have a group of volunteers who are.
What?
I didn't. Man, you would ask that question.
Oh, you tried to get out of here. That was volunteers.
So we do have a group of volunteers that are like our old faithful. But we did not do a volunteer sign up this year. And the reason why, to be quite honest, is that volunteers, while their spirit and their intentions are great, the majority of our volunteers. No, listen. The majority of our volunteers are fans.
Okay.
of the music.
Yes. Okay. All
So we have all these volunteers that sign up,
they can't find them with the words.
and we call them and make sure they're gonna come.
Yes.
And then the day of, we don't necessarily see them, and some of the ones that have shown up, we found them partying and not doing what the volunteer responsibility was.
It's hard.
So and listen, I'm not mad. It's just
hard.
when you know better, you do better.
Do better.
And so we had a situation last year which you wouldn't have known about, that there was some responsibilities that were not acted upon, and the city was very adamant about not having volunteers for that particular thing. And I just use that as a seed and say, you know what, let's just hire event staff.
Okay.
And so we know that the things will get done, and let's just let the volunteers who enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
So it's no shade.
No shade. It's a tough day.
It is
a tough day.
I mean,
I'm telling you, because you just don't want to be nowhere else but in that
right.
space. It's a tough.
Yeah, so that's the reason. So yeah, we you noticed that we never turned on the volunteer sign up link. And that was the reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do have a few volunteers that are really close to the family.
Yes.
That will come out there, and they're still willing to work. But for the most part, we're gonna hire event staff to do certain things.
Okay.
And that way, it'll get done.
It'll get handled, and you don't have to worry about anything.
Absolutely.
And no donations. You're not asking for donations.
No, we are not. We are self-funding this thing through the infrastructure of vending and VIP and ticket sales.
Okay.
So it feels good too. It feels good to not have to pass the bucket.
Oh, that's nice. The Home Depot bucket.
The Home Depot bucket. I mean, we use Home Depot buckets. We've used some of everything.
The bucket be passed around over everybody's head going forward and stuff. So if people have questions, how can they get at you, or inbox or email? What's the mechanism?
The best way to get us is houseinthepark.org. If you hit the contact button, there's a submission form where it'll send us an email. You can email us at houseinthepark@gmail.com, or you can hit us on all our social media channels, which is House in the Park Atlanta. And our response rate is, we typically answer that social media response in about no less than 2 hours.
That's nice.
Unless it's the middle of the night,
unless we're
because we are business.
Sleeping.
Yeah, we're not answering in the middle of the night. But if it's a business question, we ask that you go through the website or you send us an email. If it's just a quick, hey, what time you opening, or a quick, where can I park, you can hit us via social media. But all of this is on the FAQ. Like, our FAQs are very, very, very thorough.
Yeah.
So you probably can get the answer on the website.
Look at Rawsoul presents House in the Park. Isn't that nice?
I love those colors.
I love the colors. I was just honored. I'm just honored to be a part of this, Ramon. I thank you for your time.
Because you are
today.
a sponsor. This right here is I want everybody to know that this right here is. All this is on the back of the 2018 and 2019 T-shirt. Yes. I can't even go into the business of how this woman has really bailed us out in dealing, because dealing with the government is a trip.
It's true. We won't even.
We won't even go there. But I tell
we're
it
over
to
that now.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Yes,
but all this is on the T-shirt.
I love it. I'm so honored, and it really. More than that, I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Because it gives us, a lot of us, hope in the things that we do. Because some of us, it's on a smaller scale. We're not quite there yet, but we got a goal, man. We got a vision. We got purpose and passion, and we're trying to get there. And so when we see one of our own making it, it still takes time to talk with us and give us insight. I tip my hat to you.
Well, thank you, sister. I mean, we're not untouchable, and it's a lot of work. So you and I have had offline conversations about what your vision is. But if I can tell anyone, is that if you're trying to make it in an individual field big, organize yourself, be intentional, and be legal. Don't do it the homeboy and the hookup way. Just go about it, because I can't tell you the number of times that if we weren't crossing our T's and dotting our I's, the city would have been like, nope,
not messing with you.
I'm not messing with you.
Yeah.
So
and you wouldn't mess with me if I wasn't legit.
I know. Come on, I got an email last week told me what time to show up.
We don't play. I just don't. I need more resources and staff. I have a staff of one. She's amazing. Shouts out to Sean Williams, who helps me do all of this that I do. I come up with the ideas. We talk. She's my sounding board. I have other sounding boards. I have a lot of people that support me. But she helps roll up the sleeves and we get these things done. So yeah, be intentional is definitely serious. Yeah, when you have your name associated with stuff, it needs to look and feel a certain way.
Absolutely.
And you want people to believe in you and invest in you, got to do that yourself.
Absolutely.
So me giving you that email is just nothing.
Hey y'all, she told me be here at 1:45.
We don't play around. We don't play around. I have one last request.
Yes.
While I'm vending, can I vend next to Nina and Nance? I said it. I like Nina. I want to be near her.
So they're not actually a vendor.
No,
they're not actually a vendor. Are you talking about the Weekender stuff?
No, just I thought they would be selling a house.
So
in the park.
I see what you're saying. So every DJ, the four of us have our own merchandise, and we set up right along the fence.
Okay.
So no, you'll be with the other vendors.
Okay.
But I will make sure that you have the most opportunity.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I was talking about. Yeah, I knew you guys have she would have material merchandise.
Not unless you guys want to. We can talk about that offline.
We'll talk about that.
Sorry, guys.
side item of the thing. That's my time for today. But you guys know where you could reach me. I am everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The website is realchicksrock.com. We are updating it a little bit because I'm coming out with more merchandise because I'm
Speaking of merchandise.
sending. Yes.
Speaking of merchandise.
Yes. What you got?
I see you rocking a House in the Park shirt.
Yeah.
But I do not have a Real Chicks Rock shirt. Nor does my staff, and I have a staff of like 3 or 4. So we need some representation. Men can wear Real Chicks Rock.
Yes, you guys can and do. I need sizes. So tell me
Okay.
sizes when we get to. I did not know that you gotta have one.
No.
I'm so sorry. And I look good on this shirt.
Are you
too.
wearing the shirt, huh? House in the Park is being represented
You
properly
know what
today.
I'm saying? Yeah. With matching yellow jeans. From top to bottom.
I
got
saw
it all
that. She got the
together.
yellow.
Yeah, down to my toes.
You
Yeah.
got the mushroom belt.
Yeah. Just in honor of you being my guest today. But
you,
yes,
sis.
we got new T-shirts coming out, so we're updating the website with that. But please follow us on social media. Subscribe to the channels. We stream. We're on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify. We are on Pandora. Yes.
That's big.
And isn't that huge? Thank
That's
you.
big.
Thank you so much for that. And we are syndicated. So thanks to Elevations Radio that picked us up about a week or 2 ago. They are airing our show like 4 times a week. Different shows. Yeah. So
Nice.
thanks to Elevations Radio, Get Live Radio, Mix Live Radio, MOC Radio, this station, thank you Stats Network for letting us come through. We're on Roku channel with some affiliates there. We're trying to do what we do. We're trying. We're doing the best that we can, but we can't go anywhere without your support and your help. So subscribe, like, share, rate, comment. If you're gonna slip something in somebody's DM, let it be one of these shows, so that people can get.
I can't with you.
Let it be one of these shows. Yes, and we have it on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel that's broken down into seasons 1, 2, and 3. We've been doing this for 3 years. But if you want to slide something in, slide some information, something informative. We have so much that we've covered, and we have yet so much more to do. He liked that. He
man.
thought that was fun.
That
That was my time. Ramon, thank you.
Thank you for
coming
having
today.
me. Thank you for giving me
This
the platform.
was fun.
As usual, I hopefully can do it again.
Yeah.
It's fun. I got to tell the story real quick. So I asked Michelle last night, I said, do you have questions?
Sure was. He was nervous.
And because interviews can go wrong they can
Yeah,
go left
they
real
can.
real
They
easily, especially when you live.
Yeah.
And she's like, no questions, we're just gonna talk. And of all the interviews, I've done several interviews, both newspaper, print, and radio, and this is definitely one of the funner ones. So thank you.
Oh, you're
I mean,
welcome.
the vibe is there.
Yeah.
This is the next Oprah, y'all watch.
Oh, thank you. I received that. I'm taking that with me. So that yes, nobody knows House in the Park more than you. So
There you go.
I figured we could talk about it. You have all the data.
Yes, it's all right here.
It's all in your head and your
Yes.
heart, so there was no need for us to make it any more difficult than what it was. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Ramon. Much continued success.
Thank you. You as well.
And I'll see you at
in
House
about
in the
4
Park.
weeks.
It'll be a national holiday that day, so don't look for a live show that day. We are going to, just so you know, we're going to run this episode and last year's episode to
yes.
honor House in the Park Day,
Thank
because
you.
that is first Sunday, and I'm on every first and third Sunday. So we are going to replay this show and
great
last
timing.
year's episode in honor of House in the Park.
Yes.
That's my time until next year. Next time, you guys take care and continue to rock on. Bye-bye.
Peace.